Hey watch people, this is Hector from Winding Crowns, and today we have the Oris Aquis 43.5 millimeter. Here is a black dial variant, the Lake Baikal variant. Let's go ahead, they're both 43.5 millimeter. You can see I still have the plastics on the lugs, as does this one. This helps protect those polished tops of lugs. Anyway, let's take a look Lake Baikal first, and I will show you the difference between the two. They're relatively the same watch, same dimensions, same bezel. Only thing is that the insert and the dial will be different. The movements are the same. This has a closed back, whereas the standard version has the open back with the red rotor. Anyway, the watch is 43.5 millimeter in diameter. You can see, let's see if I can get a dimension on the thickness. Get my calipers out. 14. And that is because it has a domed sapphire crystal. So you have somewhat of a dome on the back. And then you have a slight dome sapphire crystal, so that gives it that right there. But for a 43.5 millimeter watch, it's not bad at all, because I've had watches that are 40 mil, 41 mil, and they're 12 millimeters. 14 even isn't bad for the thickness, but it looks a lot thinner than that because it is a 43 mil. It's spread out, so the thickness actually looks pretty thin. And then the dome is not a real hi-hat, huge dome. It is subtle. A very nice thin bezel, but it has lots of nice grip. A thin mid case, as you can see. And then the case back, I think part of that 14 mil was the case back. Even though, as you can see, it does not stick out a lot from the bottom. You know, when you add that and your dome crystal, you're going to get that extra, 2 millimeters or whatever. So this actually looks like a 12 when you look at it from the side, 12 millimeters, but you're getting those extra 2 from the dome here and the dome here. It is a very nice watch. Has a very nice bezel action, and it lines up pretty decently. It has the showstopper on this watch is actually that dial. Let me zoom in. You can see this is the Lake Baikal. It is a special edition, a limited edition, and I believe it's limited to 1999, so just under 2,000 pieces. It's a very beautiful, like a Fume dial, but it's a light blue, has like a white hue to it. It's a very light blue in the center, almost a frosty whitish blue, and then darkens, but not real dark, but it does darken out to the outer chapter ring, which are basically white painted indices. You got your very, very beautiful faceted, high polished indices all the way around. One is cut out for the 6 there with a white window and black script. You have the word Oris up on top, which is the name of the brand, obviously, just under the 12 o'clock indice. And right here below the hand stack, you have Aquis. Pressure resist, because they don't ever say water resist, they say pressure resist. 30 bar or 300 meters, which is 1,000 feet. And then you have Swiss made right there under the date window, right next to that indice. It's a very nice dial. That is the main attraction of this watch. The handset is very beautifully done and very polished. You have a very nicely polished seconds hand with a lume pip. So that these indices with that real vibrant white lume and the hands and those white hash marks really complement this beautiful dial. You have your very nice blue bezel insert. That's a very nice dark blue, And you don't ever have to think, well, in some lights it looks black. No, this always looks blue. But it's not like in your face a cartoonish blue. It's a very nice dark blue, but you can still tell that it's a blue. I like the way it complements the dial. It really looks good. You have high polished tops of lugs, high polished top of crown guard. This crown guard is placed on there with these weird looking screws, right? You see that? Because the case doesn't have a guard. That guard is placed onto the side of the case with those screws. That's really, really neat, because it would have been much cheaper just to mold the case with the guards already. But these guards are separate. So if you ever bang the guards and mess them up, Oris can replace those guards for you. Beautiful sandblasted, crown with the Oris high polished wording there on it. Nice high polished threading to grip on that crown. High polished coin edge. You would think it would be hard to turn, right? Because it's high polished, but as you can see, it hangs. See how it hangs out? And then the case kind of goes outward. It's thinner on top and thicker, wider, I should say, towards your hand there. Very easy to grip. Very easy to grip, guys, because it does stick out from the case. Very nice brushed, horizontal brushing, and a very fine brushing at that. So you see how you have those high polished pieces, because the heads of the screws are right here. See that? So you got all these screw heads. You see that? Holding everything together. Very nice bracelet that is satin brushing in the middle, high polished on the edges. And I know normally you see the brush to the edges and the high polish in the center, but the lugs are high polished, so it complements it because it just flows evenly. See that? I know it doesn't look that polished because it has this plastics covering them, but it is high polished. And it does go, it's hard to get a lug width because of the integrated bracelet, as you can see, but it does taper down dramatically, which makes it very comfortable. Then you have your very nice clasp, dual pusher, solid all on the elbow, solid on the clasp. Very nicely done. The case back on this one does say, see if I can zoom in. It says stainless steel, Oris Swiss, has your serial number, it looks like, sapphire crest for crystal, here 300 meters, 30 bar. Then it says number 1343 of 1999. And then that looks like broken ice. You see that? Oris Lake Baikal limited edition. And it looks like broken ice. So you cannot see the red rotor in the movement because they put a piece of glass that is etched from underneath that looks like broken ice. Very, very nice watch. Let's look at the other one. It's basically the same watch. Also 43 millimeters, black dial, black bezel, ceramic bezel insert, nice lume pip. Also applied NDCs that are high polished. The hands are high polished, and is the seconds hand. You have Oris and then Aquis, pressure resistant 30 bar 300 meter, and the date window. The date window on this one is white with black script. The white matches very well with this beautiful Fume blue dial. And this one is a black window with white script, and it matches very nicely with this dial. You have high polished lugs, of course, high polished sides, satin finish middle, nice taper, nice Oris sign buckle, which is the same setup. But here you have, let's see if I can zoom in. You have 7730, whatever that means, not sure. Sapphire Crystal. You have the serial number. Right there you have 30 bar, 300 meter. Stainless steel, Oris Swiss. Then you have the red rotor there, beautiful movement there. It's a Salida 200. Swiss made Oris high mechanic. And you have a nice red rotor that is patented by Oris. Very, very nice. Yeah, overall, very nice watches, guys. Same setup with the brush sides. Which two of these watches do you think is more your style? I think they're both great, guys. They're both beautiful watches. Anyway, I want to thank Saltzman's for sending these out. I appreciate it, Richard. I will leave his information in the description, and I also will leave it in the first pinned comment. Guys, I almost forgot a Lume shot. We got to get a Lume shot. Let me go ahead and hit him with the flashlight. They do have BGW9, so let's see how well they look in the dark. There they are, guys. Nice blue Lume, plenty of Lume on there. The indices, and you know, they're not huge indices. They're more refined and more elegant. It's a nice, classy, dressier diver. But yeah, plenty of Lume. Beautiful Lume on these two. Love it. Get the lights back on, guys. Anyway, if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about the channel. Hit the bell icon so you're notified of the next video. You know, tell your friends and leave comments down below, guys. I enjoy your comments. I like engaging with you, so please leave comments down below. I appreciate it, guys. Hit that like, and remember, never stop. One in time.